Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first actual episode of my series discussing the journey of me making my own Fallout themed tabletop RPG. So today, with you all, I wanted to discuss the skill and special system, because if you've played any of the Fallout titles, you know how intensive and relevant the skill and the special system are when it comes to your interactions with others and just straight up combat and your regular interactions with the campaign and the world itself. So in this tabletop, I wanted to actually combine the skill and special system of Fallout 3 and New Vegas with the system used in Fallout 4 / a bit of 76, leaning away from 76 because I'm not super fond of it, because I feel as though it's a bit more restrictive in 76's ecosystem with their skills. But realistically, we would be balancing the 8 or so it was main tag skills, you like barter, lockpick, medicine, first aid, things like that, etc. And then we would also still use the same SP, CIO, strength, perception, charisma, all that. We would still use the same system, because realistically, I want to steer away from how Fallout 4 and 76 they've completely cut out the barter, energy weapons, the thin skills. They've cut them out and kind of converted them towards your regular special. I dislike that change. I feel like it takes away from a lot of the role-playing aspect that was in Fallout 3 and New Vegas that really made it feel so in-depth and personalized. Because it's like you could go into an encounter with high charisma, but your speech isn't that high. So you passed one dialogue check, but then you failed a more in-tune dialogue check. And that's a system I'm going to be going for and try and consistently capture across the board in this tabletop. Because yes, it's a tabletop format. Yes, you're going to be rolling for damage as well as using hard damage values. But I also want the level and progression system to genuinely mean something. So that's why, like, for example, in Fallout New Vegas, the hardest dialogue check is at the end of the game when you're raiding when you're raiding the legate's camp and you finally speak, you make your way up to him. If you do take the option and the path to actually spare him, you need 100 speech. So anything underneath that, you just can't do it, and you fail the speech check. And I feel like that's a really nice design. I don't like how, in comparison with Fallout 4, you can have just high spec charisma, have like 7 charisma, and then the real indicator on if you're going to pass something or not is based on the color of the dialogue check, like it's a stop sign. I don't like that, because it's like I worked for it and I grinded for this level. I should be able to use the XP I gained accordingly. And that's why Fallout 3 and New Vegas' systems when it came to dialogue were the most rewarding, in my opinion. So we're going to be mixing the skills of 3 in New Vegas with the regular special of the same old Fallout series, to have a more fine-tuned and personalized dialogue and combat system, in the way where it's not taking away from the original role-playing aspect of Fallout, it's building off of it and emphasizing it more, because I feel like that's what Fallout 4 lost a bit of and what Fallout 76 lost a lot of. And don't get me wrong, I played a bit of Fallout 76 recently, and they have brought back a bit of dialogue and skill checks, but it's still akin to that of 4, where it's just like 7 out of 10 in charisma, you pass it. But there's no second layer of skill that you need. And I feel like that's something that was really great about the older titles that we're going to be using here. Because I didn't get to mention it, obviously, but I'm being very lucrative with the endings of this board game, because I want it to be a self-playing campaign. Right now, in the works, I have about 10 different endings in stock for you guys to find out and interact with. And some of them are going to be through straight up faction interaction, some are going to be through secret character interaction that you may have to explore the whole map for. And that's the real original feeling of Fallout that I'm trying to recapture. But we're going to get into that in another episode when we come to the exploration.